Hardeep, who was a friend and a resident of the ashram. And she died last Monday night, because she died in the morning of Swami Radha's birthday. It's just nice to take the time and to think of. She was 49 years old, and came to that place of surrendering, and a lot of her practice was with medicine Tara. The practice that we did with Hardeep was the Divine Light Invocation Mantra, and it seemed to give her that pathway to keep getting lighter. And I thought we would repeat the light for Hardeep. It's good to say it softly. At the beginning we had to say it. We said it loudly, but as she got weaker, it seemed best to say it very quietly and then to say it silently. It was like the power of it being silent and needing that kind of space around her. So we'll start together, and then you can just go slowly into closer to yourself and filling yourself and thinking of people in need. I am created by divine light. I am sustained by divine light. I am protected by divine light. I am surrounded by divine light. I am ever growing into divine light. Hardeep added a lot to the ashram with her writings and her work with the CBC. And she also had a good sense of humor. And even as she was dying, it came out. Because she finally decided that she was dying. And she said, I'm ready to go. And then the next day she said, I'm still here. What are you going to do about it? And so it was shortly after that that they got the message. It takes a while, the message to get up there. But the healing, in the last 4 years, she was just very courageous and very determined to find her way back to health, and she tried everything. And so the dying part was very difficult because she just didn't want to say that word, the word. So a lot of healing started to take place in the last month, with the family and with her, and you could just see it happening, so that there's that point, that turning point, where everything just turned and became very soft, and the surrender was there, and it was, you could see what was happening in the light. So I thought it was good of Swami Radha also to leave us her last message, which really tells us how to approach death in so many ways. And because at the end, Hardeep said, I'm not afraid of death. She kept saying that, but I'm afraid of this process of dying, which, when she had cancer, was like really like starving to death, because nothing would stay in her, and it hadn't for a while. And so, but she was still felt that hunger, and you could see how anything that we get attached to, we have to let go, including our love of food or just life itself, and to know that there really is another room next door, And it's so amazing when someone like breathes that last breath and they're not there anymore. It's just like the first breath, we're here. So I'll just read you parts of what Swami Radha, and she starts with the story of Krishna stepping down from the chariot and asked Arjuna to do the same. No sooner had Arjuna left the chariot than Krishna set it on fire. The chariot burned to ashes in a minute. Arjuna was shocked. He realized he was very attached to his chariot, and he could not understand why Krishna had done this. The chariot had served him well. He'd used it to fight all his dreaded enemies, and now it was a handful of ashes. Arjuna turned to Krishna and almost demanded an answer. The answer Krishna gave him is very significant for every human life. Krishna said, Arjuna, this chariot has served its purpose. It has been the target of many enemies and has withstood the fury of all those who are against us. But because I was in the chariot with you, our enemies can do nothing. My presence prevented them from wielding their power, and now it is all over. You do not need this chariot anymore, and so I descend from it for the last time. The moment of the chariot's purpose has been served. The chariot comes to an end. Everything that has been created has a definite purpose. And the moment the purpose is served, its destruction follows. That is true of human beings too. Each of us is born to achieve a particular goal. When that goal is reached, there is absolutely no need for us to remain, nor does the world need us any longer. That is true for me as it is for you. We were born into this world for a certain purpose, and we will have to remain here as long as there is something left for us to do. But when that purpose has been achieved, we will leave this world. This time will come when we have to go. I have felt for some time that my work is done. There are many who are well trained and will carry on the work. There are others who may follow their own desires. But for me, the purpose that I agreed to carry out has been fulfilled. And indeed, there's no point in remaining any longer in this world. All the tools are given. Everything is here. Now it's a matter of using the tools, practicing, and making your way to the divine source. But I hadn't been with someone who was dying before, and so like what she says really does begin to happen. Although it seems like a sad event, it was just everyone was so relieved when she was able to let go and go. But I just think that it's part of living and dying, and to know the light is the secret, like she says. And it seemed as we were getting closer to the end, I'm ever growing into light just became I'm ever going into light. I'm ever going into light. So I could just see that was happening. Hardeep.